Many of you have the completely wrong impression and even misinformation on what a warlock is. You think it's a male version of a witch. That's so ridiculous it's even laughable. The word witch is an ancient word predating the birth of Christ, and it has no gender. A witch is a witch. Oh, and don't get it confused with this newfangled religion that runs around calling itself witches. They're more stupid than the Judeo-Christian miseducated notion that a warlock is a male witch. So, what is a warlock, really? Let's start from the beginning. No, really, the real beginning. And just to allay your fears, warlocks have nothing to do with witches, male nor female. As I said, witches themselves predate any notion of Christianity or even a church at all, nor are they any part related to this new Wiccan religion, which is all of 40 years old, started by Gerald Brousseau Gardner, 1884 to 1964. Gardner spent most of his career in Asia, where he became familiar with a variety of occult beliefs and magical practices. Wiccans try to pass themselves off as a modern version of the ancient order of witches, but it's like saying the car is the modern version of the dragon. The two have nothing to do with each other. It is said that warlocks are from 14th century Scotland, and that was the first origin of the word. I find it curious, then, that there are warlocks around the time of ancient African Egypt. It is also said that the origin of the word is oath breaker or deceiver. Oh, the deceiver part is true, but it has nothing to do with what those poor barbaric Scots thought it meant. You see, to a man, oh, and we're all men, by the way, we're not human. There are no parts of us that are human. Oh, yes, we look perfectly human, but then what else would a deceiver look like? In fact, we're not even in your time. Oh, I keep forgetting. You haven't discovered time yet. You're still like newborn babes floundering around on its belly trying to figure out how to crawl. In the sense of the universe, you're just now stretching your arms and legs to gain any semblance of starting to crawl. You've destroyed all of your ancient discoveries, and your egos want to pretend that this stage of humanity is the only stage that has discovered anything. I don't even understand what that was for. You go around destroying all of the ancient discoveries, then dig up discoveries, and then hide them. But wait, here's the funny part. This is like the 5th time humans have done this. This modern man thinks that you just now discovered flight. Every 10,000 years or so, you discover flight. The earth weathers changes, a few million of you die, then the new ones pretend all the old ones never discovered anything. Yes, 5 times. I find it funny how stupid humanity is. Oh, and a group of you always get so greedy that you want to control all the other ones. But what's really insane is that anyone not in that group that finds a piece of the puzzle that can move the ball forward is killed and his discovery destroyed because he doesn't play for the winning team. And what's with the religion thing? It serves no purpose. We warlocks really don't understand why you continually need to have religion. It does absolutely nothing for you. And what's really ridiculous is that it pretends it's going to train you about immortality. If you simply stopped killing everyone not in your group that makes new real discoveries, you'd have already been immortal. But no, you keep coming up with new religions that is going to explain eternal life. And what's really tragic is religion does everything it possibly can to make certain that you never achieve eternal life. It's like saying, I'm going to make sure you have a beautiful wife, and then goes out and kills all the women. We don't get it. So what is a warlock? We're beings out of time. No, we're not observers. Well, we're not supposed to be observers. Oh, you all have observers, and they really are observers. But warlocks are not observers. We are simply beings that are immortal, as you would call it, and we don't interfere with you. Yes, we see what you're doing, but we're not observing you. It's like the difference between an owl and a cat. An owl observes you. If you were able to speak with the owl, he'd tell you everything he's observed. But now a cat, oh, that's entirely a different animal altogether. If you were to speak to a cat, he'd tell you what he's seen. But a good 40% of it would have nothing to do with you. Do we practice magic? Compared to you, yes, we practice magic. But it's the difference between an electrician and a European caveman. Compared to the caveman, the electrician is performing magic. But from the electrician's point of view, he's just being an electrician. I'm just being a warlock. There are certain laws that you have absolutely no concept of. There are words that you can't even comprehend. You all keep killing each other before you even get to the stage where you can even start a board to write the words on, even less the words themselves. If I reached my hand through the wall, would that be considered magic to you? Yes? That's how juvenile man is. If I opened a door and disappeared from your sight when I closed it, would I be performing magic? No. You just can't see me. I can still see me, and I continue on doing what I normally do. That is how simple what warlocks do is to warlocks. But to humans, it's like magic. If I got in a car and drove for an hour, would that be magic? No, right? Have I disappeared? No, right? Did I dimension travel? No, right? I got in a car and drove. Here's the problem with you humans. You don't want to know there's a car. You don't even want to know there's a key to the car. You don't even want to know there's a seat in a car that you can safely sit in. And every time a human from a different group comes up with discovering the metal for the key to open the door to the car, you slaughter him and tell his people that that metal was his imagination. Meanwhile, we warlocks are just like, the key isn't even the discovery. Heck, nor is the door it unlocks. You're like 50 steps away from even understanding the car. In the meantime, when we warlocks try to say hello to you, you try to have us hunted down and killed. Is it even worth it speaking to humans? No. And that's why we look completely like average humans, so as not to draw attention. You're not going to kill us. You're not going to destroy us It's just annoying that you try. I will tell you the story of my life. Yes, my life. I'll put it in those terms so you can understand it. I'll start from the beginning and go slow.